Hi, my name is Ginger. Thank you for joining me for today's chair yoga class. This class is themed with those in a corporate setting in mind, so this is great for you if you've been sitting all day. Maybe you can do this during your lunch break. Really, all that you need is a stable chair, so I have mine placed on my mat just to keep it from moving. But if you maybe only have a chair with wheels, make sure you lock the wheels out, just finding something stable. And so as we begin, maybe soften the gaze, maybe close the eyes, start to find length in the spine, sitting up nice and tall. And just noticing how you feel, noticing any tension, any tightness in the body. Consider what the body needs from this practice, maybe set an intention. And then start to deepen the breath, elongating each inhale and exhale, making them the same length. Notice where in the body you can feel each breath. Following the air as it enters the nose, travels down the throat all the way to fill up the lungs as your belly rises on your inhales. And then with your exhales, the belly softens, the air exits back out the nose, maybe warming the upper lip as it exits the body. Finding that slight constriction in the back of your throat, your ujjayi breath, creating these audible inhales and exhales as you breathe. Noticing all the points in the body that the ground reaches up to support you, that the chair reaches up to support you. And then as you're ready, beginning to flutter the eyes open. Take a big breath in, reaching as high as you can. And as you exhale, bringing the palms together right at the heart center. Same thing, inhale, reach for the sky, maybe tracing a vertical line going up with the nose, taking your gaze up with you. Exhale, palms come together, hands lower, maybe the head lowers as well, tracing that vertical line back down. Again, inhale, reach for the sky, lift the gaze. Exhale, palms together, lowering down, lowering the gaze, lowering the hands. And one more time, inhale, big breath in, reach for the sky. And exhale, we lower. Good. Bringing your palms down towards the thighs. We'll rock the left ear over towards the left shoulder, finding length in the right side of the neck. Holding it here if that feels good, or maybe taking a different angle. So you could bring your left cheek towards the left shoulder, maybe rocking it back a little bit. Just find a position that feels really good in the neck. And then holding it there, or maybe reaching your left hand to the crown of the head, guiding it just a little deeper into this stretch. And then notice if you reach your arm, your right arm out to the side, notice if anything changes in that sensation in the neck and the shoulder. And breathe. We'll lower the hands down if you lifted them, rock the head through center, and then this time taking your right cheek towards the right shoulder, maybe the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, just find your angle. I know that my words are simply guidance, so throughout class today, you're welcome to take your own variations, your own options, whatever feels good to you. Go ahead and bring your right hand to the crown of the head, guiding it just a little deeper into this stretch. And then again, maybe play with reaching the left arm out to the side. Notice any differences, any changes in the sensation. We'll release the hands, rock the head through center, and then sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to begin to trace circles with the nose here. So moving in whatever direction feels good, starting with some tiny circles with the nose, being really mindful here, not to crunch in the neck. And then as you breathe, as you continue to sit up nice and tall, allow those circles to get larger and larger. Maybe taking your gaze towards the sky, past one shoulder, past the other. And then if you notice any points of tension, I invite you to rock a little bit side to side in that place, sending some extra love there. Allowing your breath to guide this movement. And then when your circles can't get any bigger anymore, go ahead and switch directions, starting with those big circles. And then as you breathe, as you sit up nice and tall, those circles get smaller and smaller. Meeting back in center. Again, next inhale, reach for the sky. And then this time, as you exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, pinkies forward, thumbs back, pull the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach for the sky. And same thing, as you exhale, cactus the arms, maybe lift the gaze, shining the heart space forward. Inhale, reach for the sky, and then one more time as you exhale, cactus the arms. Big breath in, reaching back up, and exhale, palms together, right at the heart center. Go ahead and hold it here, really pressing the palms together, pressing your thumbs towards the sternum. The sternum shines up towards the thumbs. And then inhale here, sit up nice and tall. With your exhale, guiding the hands over towards the left armpit. Notice the sensations, if any, in the forearms and the shoulders. We'll inhale, come back through center, and then as you exhale, sliding the hands over towards the right. Inhale brings us through center. Exhaling over to the left, and go ahead and continue this on your own breath with each inhale, slowly moving through center, and each exhale taking it towards the sides. Maybe close your eyes here. Allow yourself to really notice the sensations in the body, notice the breath. And then letting the hands finish on the right side, bringing them back to center, meeting me here whenever you're ready. Awesome. And then lowering the hands down here, we're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So if you have blocks, or maybe you even have a stack of printer paper, some books, you could bring your block or whatever prop you're using out in front of you, kind of inching yourself forward on the chair, and then send your right heel on the top of that prop. Maybe it stays resting on the ground if you don't have anything to use. Taking as much of a bend in the right knee as needed, flexing in the right foot, and then just beginning to point and flex the foot here. So use your inhale to point the toes, and then exhale, flex in the foot. Again, inhale, point the toes. Exhale as you flex the foot. Continue sitting up tall. And then moving through this, using your own breath. Maybe think about pressing on a gas pedal. And then rolling the ankle in circles, moving in one way, moving in the other, taking it nice and slow. Notice any sounds, any crackles, any pops in the ankle. Awesome. And then bringing your foot back to center, toes flexing to point towards the sky. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then with your exhale, hinging at the hips, beginning to lean forward. And again, trying to keep the spine nice and long, leading this with the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together. And then only hinging, only leaning as far as you can while maintaining that length in the spine. From here, see what it feels like to dip the right toes towards the left. Notice that changes the sensation in the back of the hamstring. We'll rock the toes back through center and then dip them out towards the right. Again, notice any changes. With your next inhale, rock the toes back through center. And then using your hands to press against the thighs, coming back up to your comfortable seat. And switching it, so bringing the right foot in, sending the left heel out. And starting with those points and flexes of the foot. So again, inhale, point the toes. And exhale, flex in the foot. Maybe beginning to trace those circles with the toes, rolling out the ankle one way and the other. And then bringing the toes back through center. Inhale, find length in the spine. And as you exhale, start to hinge at the hips, leaning forward. Again, bending the left knee as much as you need to. And pull the shoulder blades together. And then see what it feels like on this side to dip the left toes in towards the right. We'll rock them back through center, dip them out towards the left. And go ahead and rock them back through center, press into the thighs, and inhale, coming back up to seated. Good. Bring the left foot in to meet the right. We'll move through a few cat-cows here. So placing your hands on the knees as you inhale, open and lift the chest. Trace a vertical line with the nose for cow. As you exhale, tracing that line back down, round in the back. Pull the belly button towards the spine for cat. Inhale, lift the chest, find cow. And exhale, round in the back for cat. And go ahead and continue to move through this on your own, allowing your breath to guide this movement. Maybe close your eyes. And I invite you to take any movements that feel good in your body, maybe veering off the railroad tracks, tracing circles with the shoulders, rocking the head from side to side. And then with your next breath in, coming to sit up nice and tall, Root through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up as high as you can. And then as you exhale, swan dive the arms out to the sides, beginning to lean forward, coming into a forward fold. So maybe your hands stay on the thighs and you lean forward here. Maybe your hands come down to your blocks, to your stacks of paper, whatever prop you have. Allowing the upper body to melt over the legs, soften in the neck if that feels good. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe nod the head a few times, yes, inviting positive thoughts. Shake the head back and forth, no, releasing any negative thoughts, any worries and fears. You might ragdoll, rocking the shoulders from side to side a little bit. When coming back through center, root through the feet, and as you inhale, lift halfway. Find the length in the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Holding it here as you exhale. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides, coming into a T. Hold it here, breathe out. And then on your next breath in, reaching up, maybe using your hands to press against the thighs if needed. And exhale, palms together, right at the heart center. And so bringing your right knee to lift here, if you can interlace your fingers underneath the thigh and lift the leg up here, that's great. Maybe you bring the block underneath the foot and lift the leg up here. Or maybe if you have a belt and you want to take your belt and kind of use it to lift the leg, or you could use a towel, a blanket, get creative with whatever you have at work. And then just starting to trace circles with that right knee, flexing in the right foot. Noticing that natural structure of your hip. Maybe if anything feels sticky. And continue sitting up nice and tall. If the upper back wants to start rounding, open in the chest. And then lowering the right foot down. We'll do the same thing on the left side, lifting it up, and then tracing circles, flexing in the left foot, moving in one way, and moving in the other. Awesome. Go ahead and lower it down. Inhale, reach for the sky. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand under the chair, lean towards the left, keeping the chest open, pointed forward. Exhale here. Take another big breath in, reach a little further. And then exhale, coming through center this time, bringing your right hand under the chair. And exhale, leaning towards the right this time. And take another big breath in, reach and lengthen past the left fingertips. And then exhale, coming through center. Inhale to reach for the sky, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale to cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach for the sky. And then as you exhale, twisting towards the left, bringing the right hand across the outside of the left thigh. As you inhale, find length in the spine, create space between each vertebrae. And then as you exhale, maybe sinking a little deeper into this twist, making sure not to force anything. Actively pulling the left side of the rib cage back and pressing the right side forward. Maybe take your gaze past the left shoulder, really twisting all the way from the base of the spine up to the crown of the head. And if it feels good, bring your gaze to the left corners of the eye sockets, stretching out the eyes. Go ahead and use your next inhale to slowly, mindfully unravel, reach for the sky. And exhale, taking this twist on the other side. Left hand crosses over the outside of the right thigh. Inhale to find length. And exhale, settling into it a little deeper, maybe gazing past the right shoulder, maybe taking the eyes to the right corners of the eye sockets. Allowing each inhale to create more space, and each exhale you can twist into it a little deeper. And on your next inhale, go ahead and unravel, reach for the sky. Again, exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, swan diving down, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, rounding down, folding forward, root through the feet, root through the hips, and use your next inhale, lifting back up through seated, maybe pressing the hands into the thighs. And exhale, close the eyes. And take a moment here just to notice the breath once again. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe you notice the temperature of your skin has changed. Maybe the heartbeat has changed. And then keeping the eyes closed, if you like, starting to cool it down, we're going to root through the left foot and then cross your right ankle over your left. So crossing at the shins. Maybe you cross at the thighs, lifting your right thigh on top of the left. Or maybe you flex in the right foot and bring the right ankle to cross on top of the left thigh, coming into a figure 4 stretch. And you could also take this with your left leg extended, bringing your right ankle a little bit lower on the shin. Or maybe even place your block to the inside of the left leg and bring the knife edge of the right foot there, allowing the knee to fall out to the side. And find whatever feels good in your body. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then if it feels good, as you exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, leaning forward, bringing your gaze towards the feet. You might imagine a river flowing across you, and you can take your gaze into it. You can see your reflection. And take a look at your face. Take a look at your sweet self, and give yourself a compliment. Maybe thank yourself for showing up and putting in the time, putting in the energy to be with yourself. And with your next inhale, pressing into the thighs, coming back up to seated, and then guiding the left knee in. We'll uncross the legs if they were crossed. And then taking the same thing on the other side. So same variations. Maybe you cross the shin or the thigh or the left ankle on top of the right thigh, left ankle on top of the extended right shin, or to the block. And so wherever you are, inhale to find length. And exhale to hinge forward, lean forward. Find your reflection in that river. And breathe. On your next breath in, press into the thighs, come up to seated, uncross the legs if you cross them, placing the feet back on the ground. And then just rolling out the wrist here. So maybe clenching your hands into fists and rolling the wrist one way, rolling them in the other. Maybe you spread the fingers out wide and clench the fist. And then allowing your eyes to close here if you opened them. Reach your right hand across and begin to massage the left palm with the right thumb, maybe working your way up the fingers to the fingertips. Making sure to get the thumb, the pad of the thumb, and just take a moment here to consider all of the things that your hands do for you in a day. Thank them. We'll switch it over. Use your left hand to massage the right. Rubbing on the palm, up the fingers. Notice the temperature, the texture of your skin. And then as you're ready, releasing the hands down to the thighs, sitting up nice and tall. And then noticing all the points that the ground, that the chair reaches up to support you. Your feet, your hips, the backs of the thighs. Sit up nice and tall. We'll take one final breath together. Take the biggest inhale you've taken all day today. Maybe reach the arms up high. And exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. The light, the love, the teacher in me sees and appreciates that in you. Namaste.